Guess who's back again. All the kids are sleeping, and you guessed it, we are having baby number 3. If you followed along with my other pregnancy updates, you know that I am a serial pregnancy test taker. So here's my line progression. You can see I noted when I had implantation bleeding and that I kept it a secret from my husband for a little while because I think we were both freaking out that it actually happened when we planned for it to happen. I'm so excited to do these video vlogs again because I feel like it just comes so natural. If you followed in my last 2 pregnancies, I don't know, I just feel like this is my calling, and I am happy to let you know, if you haven't been following me over on Instagram, that I switched specialties. I am a nurse. I'm a full-time registered nurse, and I was working on a telemetry unit, and I am now working on the mother-baby nursery unit. So I am like where I'm meant to be. I am on cloud 9. A lot of people will probably say that of course I'm pregnant now because I'm working with babies, but this was a plan. This was the plan. This is the grand finale, and we are so excited. Both kids are sleeping right now, so we'll see how long that lasts. But anyway, I just feel like I'm on cloud 9, and I am so excited to be here with you guys. This is my week 4 update, so it is day 1 of week 5, and I will let you know how I felt during week 4. So obviously this is a planned pregnancy. I did a video before on ovulation test strips, so these are my ovulation test strips. Yeah, so you can see that the line started getting darker around here, so that's when I knew I was ovulating. So we got at it. And then I think right after we made that decision, we started to second guess it because our new plan, instead of doing a renovation on our house, is to buy a new house. And I think that now it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many things we have to do, and are we ready for this? But like I say all the time, you are never going to be fully ready, so you might as well just jump in with both feet. But anyway, I feel like I get so off topic, but my name is Heather. This is going to be my week-to-week pregnancy journal updates. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave any comments in the section below. I will love to interact with you guys and answer any questions. I hope to make this like an amazing pregnancy series, especially because I am working on the postpartum unit, and postpartum is such a difficult time for women. I feel like there's all this prep for pregnancy and for childbirth, and then it just ends. And I want to be that supportive person. Back to why you're here. You're probably here because you are pregnant or you're thinking about becoming pregnant. Here's my husband.
Yep, 3. Here we go.
You ready?
I'm really good at this.
I can't wait to tell everybody. So obviously we're pre-making these videos to then put them out. So if you're new here, we had a miscarriage in between our first and second, so this is not our first rodeo. This is actually pregnancy number 4. We decided to tell everybody very early because we never wanted to go through the loss and then explaining that we were pregnant and that we lost at the same time. So to each his own. We are sharing with family and friends early. So I will be telling you guys all of my symptoms, how I'm feeling, and everything we're going through every single week. It'll be the same lineup of me explaining it in the videos, so you can kind of know what to expect. First off, how big is the baby? The baby is the size of a teeny weeny little poppy seed. We probably all know that from our pregnancy apps. If you don't have them, download some, download one. I have multiple. My favorite one is the What to Expect When You're Expecting app. So I like to refer to that one when I kind of talk about like the development of the baby. So what happened so far is that your egg implanted, it's fertilized, your HCG production is starting, which gives you the positive pregnancy test. All the building blocks for the baby's vital organs are in place by the end of week 4, which is wild. And the sex of the baby is already determined. That's even crazier to think about, is like, God knows that I'm having a baby boy or a baby girl or multiple. My husband keeps joking around about that, and I don't know how I would feel. I think 3 is my number, not 4, so we'll see. Symptoms. I've been super hot at night. I don't know why. I guess I've also been using Natural Cycles, which is a thermometer that you take your temperature. I actually used it to help me try and conceive. I know I spoke about it on social media because, you know, you don't really talk about that you're gonna try, but it's also a form of birth control. But I used it for the basal body temperature, so it was cool to see and track that and see that your temperature actually stays high, like within like the 98 range. That's what's happening for me. So I don't know if that has to do with like after conception, my basal body temperature is staying higher. Like I was going to sleep at night and I was having to take off like my PJs because I was so uncomfortable, and it was really weird because I'm not like that. Also, I've been feeling so exhausted while also having insomnia. Another thing is my skin is usually really soft, and I've been noticing little bumps on my back, like little bumpy pimples or maybe like a heat rash now that I'm thinking about it, because I was probably just sweating at night. Just a difference in my skin. I do have my notes written down that I'm referring to. I have them written on the same log that I did for my previous pregnancies. So other symptoms that I felt in those pregnancies were increased thirst, increased urination, feeling very clumsy, like dropping things all the time. So I just wanted to let you know that some medications that are safe if you are feeling uncomfortable in your pregnancy, like in the beginning or throughout. Tylenol is safe if you have any headaches. Also Maalox and Tums if you're having any indigestion. If you're feeling constipated at all, Colace, Miralax, and Metamucil are safe, and then Robitussin. Things that are not safe and that you should not take while you're pregnant are things like ibuprofen, Motrin, any NSAIDs, aspirin unless you're prescribed it and you check with your OB, and Pepto-Bismol. But of course, check with your OB about all of these things. If you get a positive pregnancy test, the first thing you want to do is call your OB, give them your dates. They're going to ask you for the first day of your last menstrual period. So be prepared to have that date. They will give you a estimated due date. They'll get you established, and they'll get you in for your first appointment, which is probably just going to be blood work. For my other appointments, and I did have to switch OBGYNs because I got a new job. My previous practice, when I would go, they had the ultrasound right in the office. So like when I went for my first appointment, I knew I was getting an ultrasound. I think this is going to be different, and I'm so bummed, but I think that I'm going to go for this visit. They're going to probably do blood work in the office, and then I'm going to leave with a prescription to go to MFM, which is maternal fetal medicine, and have an ultrasound done. So I hope that I don't have to wait too long. My first ultrasound is going to be at 7.5 weeks, and I find that that is the normal time frame where they get you in for your first. I know that some people are very anxious and they like get themselves in super early somehow, but it's really not even worth it because everything is so small at that point. So just wait until you're like 7.5, 8 weeks, or whenever they can get you in, because it's for a reason. You're gonna see more likely to see the heartbeat or the flicker, and just seeing that is so exciting, and it makes it so much more real. Cravings, I know it is way too early to have cravings, but I had this overwhelming urge to eat sweet things. Like when I tell you overwhelming, like I had to go get cookies. I had to have little cakes or candies in my lunchbox every day when I was going to work, because I knew that that urge was gonna come, and I don't know why. Because it's super early. In my other pregnancies, I was craving things like soup, pickles, onions. Even though it was so early, at my 4-week notes, those are things that I was craving. Fun fact, because I looked it up because I was just curious, like why do you get such a strong urge for like these vinegary, salty things? And it said that your body could be depleted in nutrients or lacking sodium. Maybe your sodium levels are low or your electrolytes are off, so that could be why. Make sure you're staying hydrated. How I'm feeling emotionally, I am just feeling super pumped. I know that you can tell already, but I just think it's something about pregnancy that puts me on another level. Like I feel like it's the different hormones flowing through my body. They do good for me. Like, I don't know. I think it balances me out in a really good way somehow. I love being pregnant. I love everything that revolves around pregnancy and helping moms, having a baby, and I am just on cloud 9. In my previous pregnancies, I noted that I was feeling like blah, indifferent, yet I was feeling excited to tell people. Really wanted to tell people because I felt like that would make it feel more real, because these beginning parts of pregnancy, especially when it's such a planned pregnancy and you just want it so bad, like it's just so difficult to wait for your first ultrasound. And of course, after my loss, I was trying not to get too excited, but I was also bursting at the seams because I was very excited again to, you know, have the chance to be pregnant and have a baby. Things we did this week. So things that I did this week was testing, like every day, every morning when your HCG is the highest. I took a pregnancy test because because for me, that is the most comforting thing that I can do. I ovulate late. I know that I ovulate on day 20, 21. So I know that I'm not going to get those early pregnancy tests before 4 weeks, like before the day that I'm supposed to miss my period. It's actually like I get my first very, very faint line on the day that I'm supposed to get my periods. Day 10 is when the strip for me got really dark. So 10 days after my period was supposed to come. So like I was saying, I had to change my OB offices. So I called my old one, had them fax everything over to the new one. They had to set me up with a televisit. So that will be onboarding me as a patient, and it'll be like a half an hour to an hour of just like asking questions. So I have that upcoming within this next week. Plugged in my due date on all my apps. So I have all of that information coming up. My first OV visit is going to be at 7.5 weeks, and also started taking my prenatals. And then went into the mindset of like, okay, now I'm pregnant. What things do I have to avoid? Look it up. You're gonna get a list when you go to your OB visits, but things to avoid, definitely like sushi, any uncooked fish, meats, eggs, anything that really you're questionable about. Make sure you're washing your fruits and vegetables. Can't really remember the whole list, but make sure you're taking a prenatal with folic acid. That is like probably the best thing that you can do for yourself, and stay hydrated. You wanna come say hi? Come here. My son is up. Things I'm scared or nervous about. I feel really relaxed with this pregnancy, probably because I have 2 little rugrats running around that are like sidetracking my whole entire brain. But with my other pregnancies and everything, I was scared, nervous. I was always thinking like, I hope this sticks. I was also thinking, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get my period. I hope I don't start bleeding. That was always a thought in my head. Every little time that I felt discharge, I was like freaking out. But I feel very relaxed and it feels good. So if you could take a deep breath and put your worries in someone else's hands. So anyway, I completely lost my train of thought because Cole is up now, but get yourself a water bottle, start chugging your water. I love these ones from Amazon. I'll link my Amazon store below, and I will try and do a video breakdown for you guys. But thanks again for watching. That's my recap of week 4. We are here again. I am so excited to be here with you guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up on this video if you liked it, or if you're gonna decide to follow along, and leave any comments, questions, or anything in the section below. And I guess we could take like a look at my belly. I guess document what we looked like before. So week 4, there is definitely a feel of like bloating. I know you're gonna be like, I think you're crazy, but you know when you feel bloated, you just feel it. So, yeah, this is before. Hi! So Willow just woke up from her nap.
Mom?
That's called a don't touch. Willow is 1.5 and Cole is 3.5, maybe a little bit more. So, yeah, and due date is December 11th. 2022. We just made it. So every kid will be like by birth year 2 years apart. All right, see you guys.